We have so much to talk about. Welcome back to the Kren Collective. My name is Kaylin. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell just to make sure you stay in tune with just about everything we have going on. If you've been here before, hey, how you doing? What's going on? What's popping? I'm so happy to see you again. We are going to be talking about my 30-day wholesale challenge. In January, I decided to challenge myself to a 30-day challenge in real estate. I stumbled across an idea called wholesaling back in around October, and I really wanted to try it myself. I wanted to give it a fair shake. So in January, I put the pedal to the metal. I focused in to learn all about wholesaling. Now I know what you're wondering. What is wholesaling? How in the world does that equate to real estate at all? Now, wholesaling is simply a strategy that people use to sell and buy houses. So it's a lot of people out there that don't have licenses. They aren't realtors. They aren't brokers. They're just regular old people like you and me deciding that they want to buy a house and then flip it, right, to make a little extra cash. And then of course you have realtors and brokers. Those people are certified and have licenses in the world of real estate. They even have a fair share of wholesale transactions underneath their belt. Now, wholesaling is new, fairly new, but it definitely is a tool that helps people sell and buy homes quickly, efficiently, and of course, it helps increase their revenue. So I have some good news and then I have some greater news. Let's start with the good news. At the beginning of January, I had no idea what wholesale real estate was. So of course I had to start doing my research. I had to learn all I could about wholesale real estate so I can then accomplish my goal. Now my goal for January, the 30-day challenge, was to purchase a home and sell a home. At the beginning of the month, I felt really far from my goal. So I decided to do my due diligence and learn as much as I can about the process before I jump straight into it. So I went to Instagram, I searched wholesale real estate, wholesaling, any hashtags that were related to wholesaling. I looked it up just so I can find people that accomplished a goal that I wanted to accomplish. I wanted to find people that I could learn from, either through their post or personally. So I found some really amazing people. I found skilled realtors. I saw some brokers. I literally contacted probably about 15 realtors. Now, while all of that was going on, of course, I wanted to enroll in an actual course for real estate and wholesaling in itself. Now, I was looking through Instagram on different courses that I could possibly take and learn from, and a lot of the courses were $1,000, you know, and I didn't want to spend $1,000 on a course. But then it was an ad that popped up on my Instagram feed because of the good old algorithm. Thank you, Instagram. So it popped up on my screen and I clicked on it simply because it said that a man by the name of Kent had a wholesaling mastery course that only cost $1, literally. So I was hyped, excited, okay? Excited. First day of January. No, I think it was the 2nd or 3rd, but neither nor there. So I bought his course, and that was my first goal in the 30-day challenge. So I wanted to break up the weeks. First and second week, I wanted to learn as much as I could about real estate, about wholesaling. I wanted to learn through an academy, and I wanted to learn through people. And then the last 2 weeks, I really wanted to focus on implementing everything that I learned. So the strategies, I wanted to possibly partner with realtors. I wanted to do all of those great things. And I'm proud to say that it happened just like that. So through this process, I learned a whole lot. I learned a whole lot. And knowledge, of course, is power. But I also believe that knowledge gives you flexibility to implement different strategies in different ways and also in different facets of your life. Now, the things that I learned from wholesaling, I'm definitely going to implement them in my fashion world and in my art world. But I can also, right, I have flexibility to move around. I also have a chance to step back into the real estate wholesaling world simply because I know it. So let's start with a couple things I learned while wholesaling. The first thing I learned is that real estate is super simple. You don't need a PhD to understand how to flip a house, nor do you need to be Albert Einstein to make a lot of money in real estate. I also read a super cool statistic that said that 90% of wealthy people acquire their wealth through real estate. The second thing I learned was something really, really personal. I love talking to people. That was probably my highlight. So one of the highlights came in the first 2 weeks of the 30-day challenge, and that was when I talked to some really cool realtors. Now these realtors, I reached out to them on Instagram, and of course I introduced myself like I said, and they hit me back up and they said, of course, you know, I would definitely FaceTime you. I would love to talk to you about real estate. And they even said that they will partner with me on a deal, which was really refreshing. That in itself proved to me that it's people out there willing to help you, who's willing to teach you, who's been in your shoes, and who has sympathy and empathy for those that are on their grind just like they were, right? Because essentially you want to work with those type of people, not the people that are high and mighty, think that they're amazing and they're God alone. It's like, okay, calm down, step back, no, because let's not do that, you know. Let's all be humble because 1, we don't know everything. 2, we can always learn from each other. 3, we can learn from people younger, older, and less experienced. So the 2 realtors that I met, they were the people that completely believed that, and I appreciated them for talking to me, right? Because they didn't have to. Both of them super duper successful. They flip deals weekly. They're both licensed. Learning about wholesale real estate was probably my favorite part of the journey. But then the scary part came. I had to actually implement what I was learning. Now the last 2 weeks probably was the hardest 2 weeks. So the process of wholesaling goes something like this. Of course, it's different from person to person, but I did a lot of research and a lot of learning, not only from realtors, not only from the academy, but I also watched a lot of YouTube videos. Now, some of my favorite wholesaling YouTubers are Max Maxwell. He kind of seemed like the OG in the game. Lili Thompson, and she's recording her journey step by step in wholesale. Biz Matthew, well, him specifically, I learned from him a lot about how to sign virtual contracts and things of that nature. Kent, he's the one that created the academy that I went to earn my certification to be a certified wholesaler. I learned a lot from Kent, but I also had a lot of problems with his software. And lastly, there's a company by the name of Hot Wholesale, and she drops a lot of gems. All of these people, you can find them right on YouTube, and I promise you, if you're interested in wholesaling, they will educate you and help you out. The process goes something like this. First, you have to do some market research. You have to understand what location in the United States you want to jump into to then buy and sell homes. Now, they say that hot markets are places that people are moving to. Then you have to opt into a software that helps you then evaluate homes, figure out comps, estimate property value. You can use free softwares like Zillow, Redfin, and things of that nature. But I opted into a really powerful software called Propstream. So Propstream is a software that is the home of all of the offline transactions in real estate. So the buying and selling of homes, all on Propstream. You can also figure out how much the homes were sold for and how much they're worth. Now Propstream, I bought into Propstream. It's $97 a month. So I bought into the software, and I started searching in my area. Now, after you select the region you want to buy and flip homes in, the market you want to buy and flip homes in, now you have to select homes. Now you find these homes by using a filter and clicking buttons, click, click, click. I can definitely give you a more specific video on the how-tos of it all. If you're interested, please let me know. But then you find homes you find people that are possibly selling their home, or you find people that are willing to purchase homes on Propstream, both of which are possible. And then after you select the homes, you download the homes. Now, after you download the homes, each home has an owner attached to it. And then you receive their name, the address, their mailing address, which is usually the address that they live in or reside in. Now, you can skip trace their information and receive their phone number. Now, that's the process that I opted into. You can definitely just send them an email in regards to you wanting to purchase their home. But I wanted to do a quicker way. I wanted to get that deal done in 30 days. I wanted to be as guerrilla as possible. I wanted to go get it, so I wanted to do cold calling. Now, after I skip traced my list of homes that I selected, I received numbers that associated with their owners, and then I started cold calling. Now, cold calling is a method in which you call the seller or call the cash buyer or just call the owner of the home. It's really a whole process in itself. But if you're interested in the process of cold calling, definitely let me know. I'll dig a little deeper into it in the next video. When I was cold calling, I called 900 people. I called 900 people. Now, after I cold called, I learned something. A couple things, a matter of fact. So I learned that I have a serious problem with rejection. Like, literally, like, rejection sucks. Mean people in the earth that don't really want to talk to you, nor do they know you, so they're talking to you like you crazy. I'm talking about those people. Oh, those people. Okay, those people. No. Rejection, tough, right? So that's a big part of wholesaling. Now, you are doing a lot of persuading, you're doing a lot of negotiations, you're doing a lot of talking, you're doing a lot of building rapport, you're doing a lot of learning folks and people, and you're talking to a lot of people. My dad put it like this: Kaylin, you're about to start talking to the public at large, so I need you to get ready. Now, at large, right, people are nasty. Like, people, I feel like people really don't like their lives. Like, they're really upset about their lives, and then they take it out on other people, right? So throughout the process, I've gotten hung up on this one dude. He didn't cuss me out, but he I picked up the phone, introduced myself, and then he said, no, this is not him. I'm like, oh, okay, well, thank you so much, have a great day. And then as I'm hanging up, or as he's pulling the phone down, he's saying, why are they effing calling me? Not the F word. Okay. Somebody's mad because this is my first time calling you. My first time calling you. I'm not everybody. Come on. But see, I had to take a step back. And of course, you had those people that were really about their business. They were really flippers and they knew about real estate, and a lot of them just said, look, I already have enough homes. Like, sorry, I don't need any more homes. Take me off your list. Boom. And then some are super rude, right? Like, they could just hang up, but they rather be rude to you and talk to you in a rude tone, in a rude manner. I'm not interested. Take me off your list. Goodbye. Okay, well, I'll take you off the list. Okay. Or they would say, who gave you my number? Then I will try to explain. They cut me off. Oh, take me off the list. Stop calling me. It was rude, back to back rude back to back. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was my first page of cold calling. Now, I tried to call at least 50 people a day. The negativity and the rejection definitely was deterring me, okay? It was super tough to get through. I'm not gonna hold you, especially emotionally. Now, I know I'm a little gangster if y'all didn't know, but I'm also a big softie and deep down in the middle and in the core of my heart, right? So I have feelings. So when they were talking to me like I was crazy, I'm like, hold on, no, they don't know me. Like, I'm just going to continue to ask God to give me strength when dealing with rude, disrespectful people. But I also want to learn how to separate my emotions from business. So that's something I learned from my dad. Now, my dad, he has been in real estate probably all of his life. He knows how to do just about everything, right? Plumbing, electric, floors, painting, walls, insulation, literally everything. So me digging into wholesale real estate, it was really cool because it gave us something to talk about. And of course, I ran across this really, really rude lady that wanted to sell her home, but she didn't want to move from her price point, nor did she want me to expect the home at all. So it's kind of like, you just want me to give you $125,000 without even looking at the product? Now, how in the world does that work, right? So she was really rude, but of course I asked my dad for guidance, and my dad was like, Kaylin, rude? Like, you better just have her sign a contract, flip her home, and then get the money from it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't, look, they can have attitude all they want, they can be nasty all they want, but you just gotta understand, you in the mover and shaker business. You gotta be a mover and you gotta be a shaker. You gotta understand these things. Everybody is a walking dollar sign, period. So get about your feelings, right? Sometimes you're gonna have to do deals with real nasty people, but if you get your cut and they get their cut, then everything is copacetic, and that's all right. So I'm learning it every chance I can. But through the wholesaling, it was definitely getting to me because she was downright rude. And I also recorded our first conversation. So if you're interested in hearing that, please let me know. I might be a little embarrassed to show you, but it's cool. I'll show you if you want it. No biggie. And what's interesting is that Robert Kiyosaki, he reiterated that in his book because he does real estate, and he is the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Now, that book has been alive for about 20 years and it's still selling. So if you haven't read it, go out, read it. It's amazing, literally. Robert Kiyosaki, he reiterated that he had to do deals with really mean people. He had to meet and talk to really mean people to get where he is today. So I felt like I was going in the right direction when I was putting myself in the crosshairs and the crossfire of nasty old people, right? I kind of got used to the cold calling more so. At first, it was super uncomfortable, and that has to be something I learned, and I'm going to continue to learn throughout life. Is I want to continue to learn how to handle pressure when feeling uncomfortable. So going into the cold calling, I wasn't well versed on what I was supposed to say. I wrote down every single script I could. I definitely had to learn how to deal with that pressure while feeling uncomfortable. And baby, was I uncomfortable, you know? I like to study things so much so that I am super confident in what I'm speaking and how I'm speaking it. But in this strategy, the 30-day challenge is more so you learn and you implement. When I learn something, usually I want to put it in a notebook, put it in my heart, put it in a secure place so I can revisit it, so it can sharpen me even more. And then when I feel like I'm ready or I feel like I'm confident enough to implement, then I implement. But this, I had to do it scared. but I did have the academy to fall back on, so that was always good. So I had education to fall back on, which is my life in a nutshell. I know you want to know how much money Kaylin made. You want to know how much money I made in January. Kaylin, did you get the deal done? How much money did you make from it? Because I heard there's some big money in it. I know. So let's talk about money. Now, money ain't everything, but it's something, okay? Listen to me. Hey. So, money. Let's talk some money. In January, I made $0 from wholesaling. I didn't make a dime, but instead I spent roughly $300. So it was truly the best $300 I ever spent. I learned so much while wholesaling, and this prop money tricked ya. Tricked you, girl. Tricked you. I just pulled this out just so it could look cool in the good old pictures. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been a gangster with a big knot like this. Yeah. But no, back to me being serious. This has literally been it was a tough journey. I learned a whole lot. The best $300 I've ever spent. I learned a lot. I talked to a lot of people. I quickly networked with people, and I see the importance in it all. The people I've met that look like me, young like me, they're succeeding in real estate, talking to me. The networking is important, even in fields like real estate, fashion, beauty, and everything in between. So just seeing the value of networking. This 30-day wholesale journey definitely taught me the value of networking. It taught me the value of hard work. Now, in every endeavor, in everything we do in life, it's going to be hard, right? I heard that you should just pick your heart. But in wholesale real estate, it was hard. I need you guys to understand. I talked to about 4 people that wanted to sell their homes and made 900 calls to then make $0. So when I tell you, you need discipline, determination, and perseverance in this business, I am serious, right? In this business, but also in every other business and entrepreneurial endeavor you have going on. You have to be willing to keep going even if you're not making any money to prove it, right? If you have that vision that you're supposed to be a real estate tycoon, then keep it going, right? If you have the money to spare, definitely spare it, because it will teach you some things. It will help you meet some amazing people in the world of real estate, and it will get you to where you need to go. God is the puppet master in this whole thing, but you don't want to be the puppet without the strings. You get what I'm saying? And then lastly, this journey, it's helping me, of course, separate my emotions from business. Wholesale real estate showed me that there's some really terrible people in the world. Of course I knew that, right? Of course you know that, you hear the news, you hear all these terrible things going on, but no, it's a lot of people that are just really unhappy about their lives, really unhappy, just in their heart of hearts and their soul of souls, just unhappy, but they shouldn't be, right? So that just proved to me and showed me that I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person. I want to be happy. I want to be excited. I want to be looking forward to life. I don't want to grow old, tainted, weary, dreary. I don't want to become bitter and tainted because of earth and all of the earthly trials and tribulations I have to go through. So with God, I'm going to do my best, honey, my best to not, because I can't just be mad just to be mad. Like, oh, child, no. So wholesale real estate also taught me that I can handle my own under pressure, which is really cool and really refreshing, simply because it always wasn't like that, right? In college, stage fright was real, right? And being scared was real. Being fearful of judgment was real. All of that was so real. But in this case scenario, I was more so focused on my goal at hand. I was focused. I was tunnel visioned. I wanted that deal. I wanted to get to it. So rejection came, but once I got rejected, boom, shook it off, next person. Rejected, okay, hung up, shake it off, next person. Okay, it was always a next, because it's always going to be a next in life, right? We lose something bigger and better is gonna come, right? We spend money, more money's gonna come. Like, that's just what it is. Wholesaling was hard, H-A-R-D, hard. It was discouraging. It was a lot, and I'm so glad I did it. I feel like it was a fiery furnace, if you will, right? It put me through some trials, tribulations, but now I feel like I'm stronger coming out of it. So I'm gonna read as much as I can. I'm also gonna jump back into the wholesale real estate to see if I could get that deal done, because I do feel like God has for me in the future a good real estate deal. I know for a fact that I'm gonna be in real estate towards the end of my life, but it might come a little sooner. Who knows? But all I know is that I'm so happy that you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Just know that I love you. I didn't make my deal. I didn't make money. I lost money. But just know I'm way richer. So please subscribe if you haven't. Don't miss out on anything we got next coming up. I love you. I thank you. And we are out of here. Peace.